G'day leaders, Tarun here for the Tarun Stevenson Leadership Channel, and in this episode I want to talk to you about teamwork, how you can get the best out of your teams, how you can grow your teams and have them performing at their best. Come on, let's get into it. This episode is brought to you by my goal setting guide. It's a free guide that you can download. The link is in the description, where it's going to help you refine your goal and set them in such a way that they will be achievable and you will actually see success. Well, hey everybody, I'm glad that you've joined me today. I'm out here watching my daughter play touch rugby tonight, and I've just been pondering the whole idea of teamwork. One, because I'm watching a team sport, but also in my own organization, I'm grappling with growing teams and getting teams to work more cohesively, because we're growing at a pace that's faster than our teams can develop. And so these are some of the things that I'm really pondering at the moment. So I want to just give you four things that I'm identifying in teamwork that really needs to happen. And the first thing is this: you need to make sure that you identify a leader for the team. So you're the leader. You might be the point leader or the main leader, but make sure your teams have somebody that has a level of responsibility and ownership of the team, that can help to direct, help to reinforce your instructions, help to recruit, help to keep culture, somebody that you can trust to keep that culture and keep the team moving forward. You really need clear leadership in your team, and it can't be you. You have to try and extract yourself from that team so that you can have a more, especially if you're managing multiple teams, you need to be able to step back and be able to view all of those teams and not be too stuck in the weeds with each individual team. So you need a leader. So make sure you pick somebody who is capable, somebody who holds up your culture, somebody who you can trust. Train them, show them what you expect, keep retraining them, have conversations with them to make sure that they are sticking to the culture that you want for them, but have a clear direction. Second thing is, give everybody a role in the team. You know, there's nothing worse than a team that doesn't know what they're meant to be doing. You know, in any team sport, a good team, everybody has a part to play. They all play a different part, but every part is essential. And it's essential that in your organization or your business, that every person knows their role, that they're not competing against each other for the same thing, or they're not all trying to do the same thing, that everyone has a clear perspective of where they sit in the organization and in the team. And also try and allocate roles according to people's giftings and skill set. You'll find that in your team, different people will have different skill sets, and you're always going to get the best out of your team if you can allocate them roles that fit within their skill set. If somebody is not administrative or organized, don't put them in charge of organizing the team or administrating the team. That's just stupid. You know, put somebody who's really good with organizing and administration. It doesn't mean they have to be the leader. They can be somebody else in the team, because sometimes our leaders are not necessarily our organizers. Sometimes our people who are good at pastoral care and encouraging the team, they're not necessarily our administrators. And so you've got to find the people who are right for each role and put them in those positions. Even if they're not the leader, they have to have a very clear part to play. Third thing is, you need to make sure that you're ensuring that everybody's pulling their weight. So just talk to your team leader regularly, but also check in with them to make sure that everybody is contributing, because there's nothing more frustrating than members of the team that don't pull their own weight. And so you're going to need to address it quickly. If it's against your culture, or if they're poisoning the team, you need to be able to deal with it quickly so that it doesn't turn into a cancer that makes the team less effective over the long term. So make sure that you are getting people to pull their weight. And the fourth thing I would say is, as far as your role is concerned, take on a coaching role rather than a teaching role with your team. So when you're with your teams, or when you're with your team leader, ask more questions than give instructions. Don't just tell them what to do. If you're training, okay, fair enough, you tell them what to do, you give them explicit instructions. But if you're reviewing their performance, if you're just checking in with them, ask questions to help them identify what they need to be changing and what they need to be doing. People will always own change better if they feel like they've self-identified the need for change. And so by asking questions, you actually lead them towards self-identifying the change rather than you telling them or instructing them, because they're less likely to adopt that change. So that's 4 keys that I think will really help you with getting cohesive teamwork. Make sure each team has a leader, somebody that you can rely on to communicate culture and keep direction. Make sure everyone in the team has a role and help them identify a role in keeping with their skill and their gifting. Third, make sure everyone's pulling their weight. Make sure that you haven't got people that are poisoning the culture or causing disruption and conflict in the team. And fourth, act as a coach with your team, not as an instructor. Let your team leader be the instructor, let them train, but you be a coach. Ask questions, help them to self-identify their opportunities for change and for growth, and they will tend to be more willing to do that. So that's 4 little tips for teamwork that I hope helps you. And this, of course, video was brought to you by my free goal setting guide. So if you want to get a hold of that and help you clarify your goals and set goals that work, grab that in the description. The link is down there. And if you'd like to learn more about leadership and go in depth with leadership, why don't you check out my Leading for Success Mastery program. That's a full 4-hour comprehensive training on effective leadership, and you can get that link in the description as well. Love to hear from you, what you think of these videos. If it's helping you, put a comment in the chat box, and make sure you share it with somebody that you think will benefit, and give us a like, and of course subscribe so that you don't miss any future episodes. Till next time, my name's Tarun for the Tarun Stevenson Leadership Channel. Thanks for sticking around.